Hello, everyone. It's May 5th, 2020. Welcome to our daily stock market insights. Good job to the early birds tonight. Hi, Ray. Hi, Miss JD, JFC. Yep, I already took note of all your requests so far from Ray, Geraldo. I already have your pizza, Cebu Pacific, MBT, Puregold, ICT, and SEC. Okay. Also, Joe Neal, Miss JD, any take para sa ABS bukas? Okay, another interesting discussion for ABS here. Pasalin na lang po LPZ and GMA-7. Okay, got it. I have that already. And Joe Neal, thanks. Good evening po, Joseph. Pasama po sa review AXLM, Mack, JFC, and URC. Yeah, I have that. Ben, yan. Okay, pa-request po ng review Mack, Sun, and BLL. Okay, I have that. And Vita and FLI from Paul. Okay, there you have it, guys. I think we have a good amount of requests to start with in our discussion tonight. And the rest can just follow, okay? So we can have a lot of stocks to cover in tonight's discussion. Okay. So far, we have a very interesting performance in today's market, especially our index, showed a promising movement to the upside. You now see a foreign buying happening in today's market movement, and we're now above the MA20 line. So this looks promising. I feel that we can most likely have more actions to the upside. So what's in it for you? Those people who are holders of blue chip companies included in the index, we expect to see some more bullish actions in the coming days. In the meantime, let us start with JFC. Okay, so we also have a position here. JFC still at a healthy level, meaning it's just showing sideways movement, even though we are on a red today, but because there was a gap up that happened at the start of the market. So it started at 141 and it did not really sustain that much. So I still would like to plot our support in the same area, which is your MA20 level. Okay, so we would like to just take advantage at any time it revisits the 133.94. For me, that is already a good area to start consolidating volume or accumulating volume, because the next possible course of action here is we might have more actions to the upside. Okay, next is pizza. Nice movement for pizza right over here. As you can see, this used to be a resistance, right? Now, there was a decline in previous day's performance, but we managed to recover right away. The following day, we had a green engulfing candlestick. So I can see that this is a possible area of new support. So this could be a brand new support, given that this used to be a resistance. And for 2 straight days, the area is sustained at this level. So 6.27 is still our support. And just find your entry anywhere from that range to 680 would already look promising, looking at the formation right now. Okay, Cebu Pacific. I still feel that this will still continue to move sideways. No significant, no impacting news or catalyst as of yet. So I want us to just closely monitor this. In fact, there might be a slow movement or slow recovery. Just my thought, slow recovery in the field of transportation, tourism, and leisure, tourism. Those stocks might have very slow recovery because people, even after the lockdown, people will still be very extra careful. I think not a lot of them will be, going out or will be traveling anytime soon. If they will travel, most likely that is not due to vacation, not because of vacation purposes. So 45.18 would still be our support for Cebu Pacific. MBT, nice green today. Could this be a beginning or a start of a slight recovery? Still, we're at the support area. Okay, so volume is not that much yet, but you already have foreign buying that happened, 2,000 trades, so that's a good sign. We'll still use 37 area as our support. Or how's everyone so far? Okay, we're reconnecting, guys. So you are still sitting for Puregold. We are still sitting at the resistance area, and still with some hesitations here. I still will not be recommend this because another red candlestick, even though we recovered by 1.31% because we're slightly higher, this is still for me a possible weakness, right? This is still sitting at near your resistance area. Yesterday was a red candlestick. We mentioned that that was a sign of weakness. It was again validated. SEC is undecided. We're still sitting at the MA20 area. So just slight trigger to the upside could mean bullish action, and anything that will trigger the lower Bollinger Band, then that could mean a drop again and make a double bottom. But it's just sitting at the center here. It's so interesting. So just continue to observe the stock, and we are in a constricted Bollinger Band. Let's observe which in the coming days, which side will it go? Is it going downwards or going up? So I really cannot tell anything, cannot say anything yet, but this could be a support area, and then of course your resistance could be, this could be your support and your resistance here. But anything can still happen because you're sitting at very near the support, which is around your MA20 line. Okay, 11.89 is a key area to watch out and monitor. ABS. Okay, so ABS, I was able to the last news today or tonight. Even though there was a green candlestick in today's market, because of the news, technical analysis will not work here. Okay, I would say the impact of the news today, wherein they were NTC says, or NTC executed seize order against ABS-CBN. That means stop operation. Expect some more decline, gap down even. I feel that there might be a gap down that will happen. So if you feel that, okay, that could be really low or that could already be very cheap, no, don't. Because it might, okay, it might trap you. Don't catch a falling knife. We don't know how low it could reach. I'd rather you stay away from the stock. In fact, even if I want to put a support at this area, I don't know. It could even be lower than that. Although, we all know that in the Philippine market, a stock price can only go down by 50% in any given day. But we don't know what could happen the next day. Okay, so I expect a gap down in tomorrow's market for ABS. LPZ, because this is from the same owner, Lopez Group of Companies, I feel that this might also have the same fate, even though the technicals already says that, we're just waiting for a green candlestick to confirm a possible reversal here. This might be negated, okay? price is low going down, your RSI is going up over here, but that can be negated totally by tomorrow because LPZ, Lopez Holdings Corporation, and ABS, of course, they're connected. In the same manner with MWC and MPI, right? They had the same fate today because they're interconnected. So what about GMA-7? For GMA-7, is there any news for them? I don't think there is, but this is still a bearish formation for GMA-7. Some more triggers going down. So I think it might even go back to a 4.65 level. That's the next area it'll challenge. For now, I feel that there will be more actions going downwards, going south. Next would be AXLM. AXLM, this is a doji, and you're sitting very near your resistance, so that would mean a possible decline. Okay, now wait for a red candlestick to come out and really validate a possible decline. But even without that, I feel that you're very near that day because you are already at the overbought level. So it could be tomorrow, could be the next day, but this is just bound to rest. And where could it possibly rest? Here, okay? See that? Previous resistance, you had your support stops here, 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 also here. So those are your lines giving us a solid message there that this could be your possible support. Now, if this resistance area is not broken by tomorrow, then chances are it will revisit your 2.70 level. Now, MEG is just at the support area. Okay, so this actually validated the support. Yesterday we were a bit hesitant, so we said that we need to wait for a possible green candlestick to come out to validate the support, and I think this is already it. This could trigger some more movements to the upside, and let's use 2.52 as our possible bounce area. Okay, it actually started to bounce, and just in case the market gives us a chance, so just find your entry between the price right now and the support area, which is 2.52. Let's use that as our possible entry. Okay, the next is, after MAG, is URC. Nice. I think URC also had a good candlestick today. There, see that? Still respecting your MA20. Before, I remember we were talking about 118, right? Let's see how far are we from that. Okay, so you're already at 8% increase, but even okay, this is already the bounce, but this is just the first wave. Okay, we might see some more bullish movement, or we can still move up in the next days for URC. This is already the bounce, so we can have I feel that we might have a higher high. Okay, higher high, possible resistance could be right at this level, 139. Okay, but it has to challenge this level first. So that's the condition. It has to challenge your 132, and if it reaches this part, then you can now have a higher high. And then what will happen next will be a higher low. So normally that is the course of action when a stock is in an uptrend. When it goes up and it goes down, the dip is much higher than the previous low, and then it continues to move up, and then it moves up. This time around, your high here is higher than your previous high, so you have a higher high and a higher low in a stock moving in an upward direction. Okay, Mack. Mack is no significant action yet, but um, though we ended red today, the volume from the previous day is significantly lower. So I feel that no one's already selling their, no one's already releasing their positions as of now. So it's an area, could be here or here, right? So I'm just plotting it in between. So 4.48 around that area is our support level, because it could also be here, and you have your support here. So just use that as an area. Okay, you're still within the support level. Sun. Sun, still moving sideways and looking healthy with 5% increase in today's performance. So I still would want us to use MA20 line if you're still considering an entry for this stock before it takes off, as I feel that since most of, in the past few weeks, most of the movements are just right above your MA20 line, although not much of an increase in price, but at least we're starting to move higher, right? So use 1.21 as our support level. VLL. Okay, VLL also doing sideways. If there are no negative news about this stock, this is already a good price to start accumulating volume. Just study the fundamentals. That's my only request for you guys, request from you, because I don't have the time to deep dive into their financials. Study the fundamentals of a company to know which stock to start investing in. And with a technical analysis, that's where I can be of help here with our daily stock market insights, because the focus of our discussion is really to study the charts. And as of today for VLL, we see that we're just sitting at the support level for this stock, and it might just take some time. We need good volume to push the price higher, or one good catalyst to push the price higher. Okay. All right. So far, we're almost halfway on our list. Next would be FLI, AGI, EEI, SECb, MRC, and Web. So the next would be from Lionel. You have ATN, and MA is not yet discussed. Mack is done. Maxis, FNI. That's for Jalen Castor. GB, IDC. Yep. So I see new names coming out in our live stream tonight. Thank you guys for joining. If this is your first time, know that we're doing this every night. We talk about the Philippine market. I'm actually also starting to review Dow Jones for the US stocks. And in today's video, I also checked and reviewed cryptocurrencies, the top 10 cryptocurrencies with high market cap. I have a video. If we're done with the live stream tonight, you can probably drop by and watch those videos as well. In the meantime, let us continue. GB, ADC, okay, Shell PH, and mwide for, and SMC for JK, Virai, MPI, and smph for Shadow Warriors. smph. Okay, let us continue then. The last one was VLL, so we continue with FLI. FLI, okay. Also the same as the previous, I think was it the previous stock, but pretty much like Sun, I can remember. We're moving sideways, but slightly in an upward direction. Most of the movements now are just sitting above the MA20 line. Therefore, I'd like us to use our MA20 as our support. So at any time we see a good volume picking up, there's a big probability that this now will take off and give us a much better price. Notice you already have foreign buying happening here, so consider that. AGI. AGI also, well, we had a red candlestick almost triggering the lower band here. So let's just use this as our support. We're not totally safe yet, okay, for AGI because we did not engulf the red candlestick yet. So there might still be a chance that it will still move sideways before it takes off. But overall, let us say it goes down even lower than that. But for me, I feel that this is already very cheap, guys. If there are no negative news about this stock, then you're at a very, very cheap level. So if it breaks your 6 peso level, the next stop would be 5.71. And let us assume, okay, you drop and reach 5.71. The next thing you would look at would be your RSI. If at that time your RSI still shows an upward direction here, so this is what you call a bullish divergence. If price stops here and you have something like this on your RSI, then there's a big chance that this stock will be changing the direction, meaning moving up in the coming days, or it will move up really soon, as soon as it touches the 5.71 and you have this kind of formation in your RSI. So that's what you call a bullish divergence, a double bottom, but RSI is moving up. EEI. Nice. EEI over here managed to start, half of the candlestick, half of the body is already crossing the MA20 line to the upside. Therefore, there's a big chance that it will continue to move up. So just find your entry price. 5.09 is for me our support level, okay? 5.09, or could be here, okay? Or 5 peso level, 505. Just find your entry, as I feel that if it will not take off right away, it will just do sideways first before it goes up. SecB. SecB also doing sideways. I think banks right now are just staying, very quietly moving before before we have their turn. So constricted here. Bollinger Band is also constricted. So if that line is not broken, and I feel that it will just sustain there, okay? So far, no big negative news around this stock. Earnings in 2019 still looking healthy. Okay, so look at this. We're moving just within this range. Your RSI is already climbing up. See that? Momentum is already picking up. Big players are already accumulating volume. MRC. Okay, I wonder how MRC will pan out in the long run. This stock is really moving very slowly. But I see foreign buying happening today, so we might face a more lift in price in the coming days, and we're already moving above the MA20 line. So let us use your 0.15 level as our support. Just find your entry, and overall, if you know the potential of this stock, you might look at it as a position right now. Okay, MRC is into renewable energy. Web. As for web, okay, web over here might revisit, okay? It might revisit your MA20 line. This is the support that we see at the moment. Reason for that is, apart from it being at the MA20 level, you also have your this area as your previous support. Okay, so that could also mean something. This also had your support here, here as well. Slight overshoot, but it's still within the very near area. So it might go down. Hopefully it just bounced again right at that level. The next one is ATN. What about ATN? As for ATN, okay, this could already be a sign of recovery. We had a significant drop. We already started moving to the upside. I think it just retested your support before it continues to move up. Okay, so we had a green here. It dropped and managed to recover, but very low volume still. So 0.50 is our support area. I still consider that as a support area because of the accumulation that happened here, as well as in this stage. So just find your entry if you're interested in this stock. What about MAH? MAH, okay, looks like we let's check our Fibonacci retracement. So it just retraced, and I think it already recovered. And okay, so I feel that it will continue to move up, guys. So during these days, it actually respected the 2.38 area, so it's just moving up again. This could be the trigger point here. Okay, so previously I think we were expecting for it to revisit this line, but good that we have a green candlestick today, so that could already mean that we might also establish a much higher high because we've already engulfed this red candlestick. So we had a good performance today, 7.03. Maxis. Okay, Maxis over here. This is a good candlestick. This is our support. So I feel that we might have more actions to the upside, but don't expect very significant movements yet because I don't see much volume here. So I'm still considering the same area for our support, as I feel, I don't know, it could be tomorrow, could be the next days. There's a big chance that it can still revisit a 6.06 level. Hopefully it only revisits. Sorry about that, our signal is so crappy tonight. Okay, let me see FNI. Okay, FNI over here. Check out your 0.78 as it might revisit and establish a brand new support. Normally, when we break a resistance, it moves higher and then retests and create a brand new support at the previous resistance. So it will most likely create a brand new support at the 0.78 area. All right, and the next one is IDC. IDC over here. Yeah, this is our support. Good. Actually, yesterday's candlestick is already a good trigger. Previous resistance became now a support and validated actually in today's candlestick. So I feel that you'll have potentially more movements climbing up. Right. Shell PH. What about Shell PH? Okay, starting to nice recovery, but not much volume yet. We're sitting at the support area now. Still use. Okay, let's use this as our support. You had some accumulation that happened here. So previously, I think I plotted a support here as well, but managed to move up. Let's use 1850 as our support. Previous support here. and once you break that, it could also retest. Okay, then this was a resistance here. mwide. mwide. Okay, revisited your support. Okay, so this could look already cheap, guys, but I suggest let's be a little conservative, and wait for a green candlestick to come out. We understand. So mwide is of course into real estate, right? In the current period, I don't think a lot of people are considering buying any property soon, because everyone's concern is simply to survive. SMC. Okay, San Miguel also on a heavy decline here. Still staying flat, moving at the MA20 area. So let us still use that as our support, and let's see if that will be broken. If similar to, I forgot which stock was it, secb. We're just moving sideways, and any trigger to the upside could also mean bullish movements, and any trigger down below here could mean it will decline up to this level. But let's just use 95.60 or 95.50 around this range as our support. And MPI, okay, finally our stock. So we were mocking this yesterday that it is really slow, but it managed to do a gap up in today's market. And with this, I feel that we can potentially have more actions or more bullish movements to the upside, because we started to trigger, we triggered the upper band here. Okay, now just be extra careful, because you know a 13% increase in the price may trigger some people to take profit. But overall, if you're talking about long term, this news, because I didn't really read all the details, but I think MPI, MWC have been in good terms now with the Duterte administration. I know there are a lot of thread in investments that talk about that. So sometimes technical analysis can also be overruled, or can also be negated with those news. Okay, similar to what happened with ABS. Even if we ended green yesterday, people will be very afraid and will most likely let's still use this area as our support, guys. This might just continue moving sideways in the meantime, and let's use technical analysis. And right now 28.75 is the area of support that we currently see before it takes off. Okay, we're just waiting for a good volume. Volume is not, actually it's on a decline, but I hope that when it goes down, that's when we see the declining volume, and then when it goes up, that's when we see an accumulation or an increase in volume. Then that would be a good story. Okay, look at this. Sudden spike in volume on this day, and then it triggered more movements to the upside. So that is what we are waiting for. A sudden spike in the volume, and then pair it with whatever your technicals suggest, then most likely it will trigger some movements to the upside. But for now, a little bit conservative in our expectation, dropping the of course our support at the 28.75. Okay. So we stopped at, okay, Vivian wanted Dito. Okay, let's check that out. Noli, good evening. AC po. Okay, IDC, we're done. Jeremy, Christopher, Fruit. Yes, definitely. I can check that out for you. JJ, Dito, X, and AGI. So I can add X because we're done with AGI. Market turned bullish. Pick your fastest horses, right? Good job to you guys if you're able to watch the market. Yeah, for now, just entering blue chip companies because I'm not able to watch the market, and I in the evening that's my opportunity to have a few trades, and yeah, I also trade the U.S. market and sometimes cryptocurrency. Our signal is not so good tonight, but let's continue. I'd like to read your messages. Hi, Miss JD. What's your insight about ABS-CBN, since there was a news an hour ago, but the franchise is not renewed? They're actually already signing off. They signed off, I think, around 7 o'clock in the evening. That happened before in, with Okada. I don't know. I forgot the company that it is associated in. Okada is it AGI? They had some internal problem. Okay, then all of a sudden, the next day, the stock declined, and then within just a few minutes, the trading was halted. It froze, and when it came back, there was a slight increase, but that was temporary, only for a few minutes, and then it went landslide going down. So I feel that that could also happen tomorrow. If there's a sudden, if the sentiment is really more on going down, there might they might halt at a few minutes, and then, but definitely the maximum it could take is 50% decline. Request na rin po from Maria, Mack, mwide. So I'm done with Mack actually. mwide done as well. IDC and Mack. Yeah, I hope you were able to hear. What about BDO from Robert? BDO, MBT done, and let me check CHP. Okay. GMA. So my honest sentiment here for both, not just for ABS, time will come that people will not be interested in TV networks anymore because you already have your social media. In fact, I feel that these networks will start exploring the social media. They will have their own channels. They already actually have, but they will invest production for social media, because nowadays, who sits in front of the TV unless you're watching Netflix, right? In fact, Netflix also has an app. Everyone's so mobile. We are also busy. We're doing a lot of things on the get-go. So that is an industry, I think, that will most likely decline in the coming years. But they will not be gone. They will just explore a different platform. So the next one is Dito. Okay, let's check out Dito. Dito is a bounce, and it respected our MA20 line, so I feel that we might have more actions to the upside. And I don't know, I read a thread that because of ABS shutting down, Dito will climb up. Do you have any thoughts around that? I don't know why they're saying that. I was reading the thread today in Investagrams. I don't know why they're linking Dito and ABS. Let's see. Just waiting for your thoughts, guys. Drop a comment on what your take on that is. So let's take a look at AC. AC, I think, also had a significant. Is Ayala, is AC and MPI and MWC, are they all related? March? Because I know when it declined around March 20. Okay, around this. Okay. Could be right, but I just forgot. I know these companies are somehow related or owned by the same. But anyway, either way, there's a significant increase in the price. We still would like to plot our support in the same area, as overall I feel that it will continue to move up, but some people will take profit, and then this stock will continue to recover. This is the start of the recovery, but be extra careful if you are trading. Know that people might take profit, okay? With the 14.7 increase in the price from the previous day, definitely some may already have thought of exiting and then re-enter. But for now, I still would like to plot our support at the 5.60 level. So just find your entry from where it is at right now to this range. Of course, the nearer you are to the support area, the better. Fruit. What about fruit? Fruit is just stabilizing. Let's use our this area as our support. Okay, it used to be your support right over here. It might continue to do sideways before it moves up. You already had foreign buying here. Your RSI looking healthy, so still good for fruit. X. Okay, X I think is also starting to trigger a bounce. This stock is this stock over here, let's use 0.61. Okay, 0.61 as our support area. And chances are it will continue to move up. BDO, on the other hand, had a decline today. But we're still within our support area. Okay, so I feel that sideways is still going to continue for all the banks. And yeah, we're just waiting for that good catalyst. I'm thinking when we lift the ECQ, that's when we start seeing some bullish movements for all our banks. And CHP. Alright, CHP also had some good recovery here. Let's use our MA20 as our support area. Okay, so that is our support, 1.05. Could be slightly higher or slightly lower, but nevertheless, I see a green candlestick forming. So I feel that we might have some more bullish actions by tomorrow. Alright. So I hope I'm not cutting in and out. In the meantime, do we have any other requests, guys? So, if this is your first time, I highly encourage you to hit the like and subscribe so that you're always updated. Okay, when you hit the subscribe, see the notification bell to the right of it. Click that as well, so that way you will be notified each time we have a live session here. But then again, let's catch up again tomorrow. Feel free to drop a comment if you want us to prioritize your request, because whoever drops the comment first, I would always prioritize the request. In the meantime, you guys have a good night, and you always take care, okay? Bye-bye for now.